So hi everyone. Welcome on my channel, and today I have the pleasure to meet Tomo Fujita. Hi Tomo.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a
How
lot.
are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good. Excellent, excellent.
As you know, it's such an honor for me to have you here because we were already in contact last year. We would talk about my future YouTube channel.
Yes,
It was
yes.
not created yet, but now it's the
Well,
case. So
keep working. That's great. Yeah.
thanks
It's
a lot.
it's hard. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
For those who didn't know you, you're such an inspiration for a lot of guitarists here.
Thank you so much.
Personally, I just followed you just after discovering the music of John Mayer. That's why
Uh-huh.
I was interested in your guitar courses you've made on your YouTube channel. We already saw you on the guitar channel with Pierre Journel for the French interview. I
Mm-hmm.
thought it could be a great idea to talk about guitar with you. And
Sure.
briefly, for those who didn't know you here in France, can you just talk a little about you?
Yes. I mean, I'm originally from Japan. I came to United States when I was 21 year old. So it has been long time I've been living here. I'm 55 now. And I play blues, funk, jazz. I love pop music. I love a lot of music, but I like guitar overall, guitar music. So, and I have been teaching at the Berklee College of Music in Boston, Massachusetts, since 1993. So I've been teaching over 28 years almost, yeah. So that's me, and I've taught so many guitar players. I taught John Mayer, Eric Krasno, so many people, and still I'm teaching. Yes, and
Okay.
now, yeah, go ahead.
And just to know, you're a professional guitarist as part of teacher. So you still
Right.
make guitar sessions?
Yeah. Well, like a lot of session from Japan, but online now. But nowadays, but then I tour every year. I go to Japan. So since um, this, I can't really travel, but yeah, that's what I like to do. Yeah.
Okay. This is a common question I ask on my channel, but what
Also,
was the first time you were in contact with a guitar?
oh, I see. Yeah, guitars are always around, friend's house or somebody's place. So somehow I encountered a guitar and few times. Usually, my friend's brother has guitar or something like that. Friends of friends has guitar, and first for a while, not really interested in. But then one of my friends really into just listening, Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, Jeff Beck, and so we were really into listening music when I was probably 10 years old. And then when I was 12, somehow I bought a guitar. My parents bought me a guitar. But then one year exactly, I didn't know how to play. My friends come over, my guitar is really, hanging on the bed. I have no idea. But I wanted to play like a Deep Purple, that kind of little heavy things.
Hmm.
But then year later, somehow I start playing because somebody taught me like a little things, simple tunes, few chords. And after that, somehow I learned pretty quickly. I was like, say, 13 or 14. I was really like, wow, this is great. Up to there, I didn't have anything I liked about anything in my life. I mean, I like a karate, Bruce Lee, so I like a martial arts. But then besides that, I didn't have anything. But the music is very special for me now.
You went to some school of guitars or?
Well, here's the thing. I play uh, by myself, self-taught, but friends of friends, again, like somebody taught me this song, that song, and gradually I learned few tunes. And then by the time 14, I was transcribing, copying Larry Carlton. So, but I didn't know about the chords so much. I know that how to play single note solo. But then a lot of people recommended me to go to music school, but I was kind of hesitate to go to music school. I was very afraid to go to music school. So up to there, I was just a self-taught.
Right, it's
Yeah.
impressive. So you said in previous interview that you learned a lot from gospel.
The reason is, see, like I like Larry Carlton. Larry Carlton history. Think about he somehow learned jazz from Joe Pass. So I had to study with Joe Pass, same thing. So I followed Joe Pass. Then I knew he learned B.B. King blues guitar style. Then he played with the Crusaders, all black people. it plays soul and blues, right? So I felt okay, I have to be in there. So I thought uh, one of my colleagues, friends, his name is Dennis Montgomery. He plays every Sunday at the Black Church in Boston. So I thought I would go. So I went to there 4 years.
Oh,
So 4 years Berklee, 4 years church.
okay.
So that's how I learned blues and feeling, you know. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking about guitars, I saw that you have a lot of guitars just behind you.
Yeah.
How many guitars do you have?
I don't know how many I have. I don't know how many I have, but I have quite a bit. Yeah. But truth is, when I came to Berklee, I only had one suitcase and one guitar. Now I'm married, you know, I have a lot of guitars too. But the beginning, I was very poor. I didn't have any guitar. I mean, like only one. Then after that, 2, 3 of them. But what happened was, after I become professional guitar player and somehow work with a lot of different company, so sometimes they want me to, you know, get my opinion about the instrument. So even now, I work with 2, 3 different company, always working on something, effect, amp, guitar, and then actually one big company I'm working. So in July, something is gonna happen. Then you'll see my name all over the place.
Okay, so
yeah. It's like it's a surprise. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we don't talk a lot about amps, but I saw you have a lot of amps just behind
Yeah.
you. When you make some YouTube videos, you're recording on real amps directly?
Yes,
Or?
yes, yeah. Mostly, I like this. You can see, I have like, you know, several amps there. You know, 2 rack underneath of this side. I have a Pro Reverb, and I love, you know, vintage tubes, you know, amplifier. Yeah, actually, a lot of people. Good question. A lot of people ask me, what do you think about like some software to record? You
Yes,
know?
I want to
Yeah,
ask you that.
and then how about, you know, amplifier? Thing is, amplifier sounds really definitely great, but then if you have that sound already, if you already experience that sound, but as a business necessity to have something small to play, so that would be software, and probably okay. I don't know what company makes, but fractal, something like that.
Ah, yes, Fractal, yeah.
Fractal.
Fractal, yes.
Yeah, I asked John Mayer, what do you think about that? He said, okay, not great.
Ah, okay.
He said, yeah, it's okay. No, nah. I mean, yeah, other one. What's the other one? You know, kind of copy the amp sound. You know, like a bigger one.
You have the Kemper.
Yeah,
Yes,
Kemper.
that's it, yeah.
Yeah, one time I went to see John Mayer. Backstage, he has Kemper.
Ah.
What do you think about that amp? Don't worry about it, he said. Not important. See, because he loves regular amp sounds, but moving, you know, tour place to place, Kemper is kind of a convenient for just get the sound on the backstage.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
So that's why he said he used, but I don't recommend to use for recording or anything like that. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Almost like a instant noodle, because you're busy. You can't bring everything, you know. So you buy a cup of noodles, you know, same thing. So to me, anything like that, you know, Kemper or Fractal like that, it's just like a high quality ramen noodle, you know.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's
it's not as precise as a real amp, so to have
the real amp, you have to, yeah. But again, it's like you know the real amp, but you want to do the session, then you use these software. Okay, because listener cannot tell the real amp or not.
Yes,
you can tell. Then you shouldn't do your own album. But some other people's album, okay, you know, okay. Right? It's a job,
of course. Yeah. We said that you were a guitar teacher. You are actually a guitar teacher at Berklee College.
Yeah.
So you said it's since 28 years. That's it.
Yes. Yeah.
So like, a long time.
1993. So 29 years. You know.
So you probably saw a lot of brilliant musicians here, or
brilliant musician, but also same problem from almost the same problem. People come from every country. You know, it's not so much about just because American or European or Asian. You know, doesn't matter who's your identity, but just everybody has a similar problem. You know,
So to talk about that, perhaps a stupid question, but is it hard to be selected to study at Berkeley? How is the process to be selected?
Well,
Or
it's definitely it's college level, so you have to have a really good records of your
Mm,
education before prior to college. But also you have to know basic knowledge and communication skill, and you have to have really good view of what you want to really do. In other words, somebody sometime like a really great player, and then music part is pass, but the interview part, there's all people sometimes fail because they don't know what to say really clearly.
mm.
So school might think this guy is really great player, but no vision about what to do. So it's a little risky to have that person because then that person may quit in the middle. You know,
Oh, okay.
they rather have somebody don't have really great skill, but have um, very clear vision about what the person want to do. Like, okay, I want to be great business person to
Mm,
do negotiating or record produce. For example, I have one student I teach Skype lesson, and he graduated from Berkeley. So now he works for a publishing company, and he always pursue that. So it's kind of nice because he's a great player, but he doesn't have to worry about being musician to make a money. But he does negotiating, buying music from artists, or
mm,
selling music to TV show and all that. So his life is very settled. So
mm.
like that kind of a deal. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Not everybody has to be performer. Can be behind the scene.
Okay. I didn't
Yeah,
know that. Okay.
yeah. So
Interesting.
that's why if someone who not really confident about playing, but still Berkeley education could help you to become a producer or
Mm.
engineer or business partner and all that. Yeah,
Okay, you're well known as the guitar teacher of John Mayer. We already talked about that, and I saw it.
sure.
It's really impressive. It's very similar to John. So I want to say John's playing is very similar to the your playing. So it's very
Yeah.
impressive. And some licks are the same, or it's very incredible. And
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
how
Well,
it was to teach to John, if you have some words to tell about him. And
yeah, John was 18 when he
ah,
came to
okay.
Berkeley, 18 or 19, and very young, who really influenced by Stevie Ray Vaughan
Mm,
mainly, and already played really good.
mm,
So I can see he's a really good player. But right away, I can see what to fix. Because teacher is not only teach something new, but something already exists. We have to fix it so that
mm,
that person can go much far. So the first beginning of half of a semester, I have to really teach him how to pick notes really soft and really clean. So a lot rhythm guitar playing, like my famous swing group, Route 37, three
mm.
notes group. That's what we have to do a lot. And
Okay.
then showing him more like a BB King style instead of a Steve Ray Vaughan or Albert King, a little bit more older style. Jazz, Charlie
Mm,
Christian, alternate picking, rhythm guitar style, triads.
mm.
Triads was really big because he plays a lot of pentatonic scale, right? Just like everybody. So I have to teach him, make sure he understands every parts of the neck with inversions. So that was hard for him because he want to play, but I have to make him a lot of things very patient, not to rush. So that was, I think, a good lesson for him.
It seems to.
Yeah, bending, skill, and all that.
I want to talk about your YouTube channel, as we know you have a very famous YouTube channel. I
Yeah.
saw on your recent videos that you make a gear test now. So
What happened was it just similar time, I received a new guitar,
mm,
and I bought a few guitar myself. But then student bought the guitar. Then I helped them to order to find the right one. So it happened to be like seems like I bought so many guitar. No, I didn't buy so many guitar, but just happened to be friends guitar or like that. And then sometimes show off guitar is kind of fun to do it. So I did it. Next one, I can't say next one. It's really funny. I bought the guitar from China, free
ah
shipping. Yeah,
Okay.
this is really funny. Because in the video, I'm just laughing because so funny. I only pay about 250, but it's just good. It's
Oh,
funny.
okay.
Yeah. But so yeah, unboxing, like you think my guitar channel is good, but to me, my guitar channel still okay, not really great yet. Still struggling. Still like I'm a beginner. I feel like I'm not good enough. That's always I feel, because YouTube is really interesting place. It's very difficult to crack the code. It means find a way to do it. Like, for example, Music is Win, that's my student Tyler Lawson, and my friends Rick Beato, my friends Marty Music. Everybody, those guys doing really well because they really worked on it, really dedicated to that one.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm just still new to YouTube. I did YouTube for my own thing, like, posting the little lesson here, little performance here, but I didn't have exactly how to do like a plan. So I was just improvising.
So it's a self-taught job too.
Yeah, very self-taught. Yeah, so that's why still to me my YouTube is very beginner to me. It just still not defined yet. But now I start see something cooking. So this summer I have idea to do a little bit. So I'm still learning.
Okay, so you have future plans for the YouTube channel, and it will be growing and growing. You have some plans for the future.
It's much more growing. Yes,
okay.
Exactly. Yeah, but right now it's just beginning.
Okay.
And then, and the interesting part is, like, check this out. You mentioned my CD, and then CD sales really doing great now. The reason is I post my song. Every time I post my song, CD sales goes up. A lot of CD orders, a lot of CD sales online. But YouTube view is always going down. So now score of YouTube right now it's going down just because I post so many songs. You see, like really if I do unboxing cheap guitar, YouTube views goes up.
It's something
so like
works very well. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of funny thing. So
but it's very interesting to have your point of view, especially on the previous one I saw this morning. It was a PRS Silver Sky, the gray one, which is
gray. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So now it's very nice to have this content. The diversity of content is nice. Yeah.
This one John Mayer gave it to me. So this is 2018.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, with the signature.
Signature. Yeah, it's just a really early one. It's really light, really nice. And then what happened is I was really curious about the maple neck and then I got this maple neck, and I like this color. This is called mock sand.
Okay.
Really nice.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. Neck is a little bit big to me, like compared to first one. I mean, my feel. Yeah. And then I was expecting a little bit more like, really bright sound.
Right.
But this is really nice and warm, which is really
okay.
Yeah. So then what happened is I asked John, so what color do you love the most? He said mock sand. So I see that he like mock sand, and then he used a lot of rosewood. So I have to order this one. So this one, actually, personally, I asked PRS, I need this one. Then they said, we have this mock sand matte finish, but we don't build it yet. So I asked them, they built this one. Once they built this, shipped to me.
It's a unique one. Okay.
Unique one, yeah. Even this, like, numbers, it's really just,
okay.
Yeah. It's
very nice. Okay.
Yeah, this is really good. This is really, see, I teach a lot. So if I make a, YouTube teaching video, no reflection, you see.
Yeah, of course.
See, that's really important because I have to really feature to my hand. So this one should not be, too much attention.
Too shiny,
Yeah, now I have a new camera, 2 microphones. So now I can do a little bit more like gear, showing gear, the difference. I have an amp AV box like that. So I want to do more difference between the amps because some people only know those by information. So I can really show the difference. And sometimes I want to show cheap amp expensive amp like
Oh,
that.
yeah, it's very
Kind of
interesting
fun.
to see that.
Yeah. So sometime I want to do like some small amp to demonstrate how to play small amp sounds good, important. Yeah.
Very nice. I want to talk about now your music. So as I said, I heard your last album, Blue Sky.
Yes.
So it's an album featuring Travis Carlton, I saw,
Yeah.
and it was released in 2019.
Yeah, but here's the important one. That's released 2019, but this is like almost like I didn't want to say, but recorded 2012.
Oh, okay.
What happened is I recorded, and then I just didn't have enough money to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I was busy doing a lot of different things. So many reasons, and just wasn't really right time to do it. And Travis is a great guy. I keep saying, Travis, sorry, I can't really release it yet because I just want to do right time. And he said, no, don't worry, anytime. And then it's not like a food, so it's okay whenever later. So I just waited. Yeah. But story is this. Originally 2012, I want to start recording maybe 3 songs to record in LA. Then I was talking to Travis by phone. He said, why don't you record more songs? Because I booked studio 2 days. One with Lamar Carter, the drummer, and other one was James Gaddison. And then when I have James Gaddison, I had a Kirk Fletcher. When I had other drummer, and I had a Josh Smith. So ended up I wrote more songs. Then each day I record 5 songs, 6 songs.
Okay.
So so 2 days I had 11 songs.
Okay.
Just because I didn't do any overdub. We just play on the spot. When you hear Kirk Fletcher's me and Josh Smith, we didn't do any punching or fixing. We just play once. Yeah, that's why I had a guest, because if I have a guest, I can't do overdub.
Okay.
It's like conversation,
Yeah.
Of course, we play once, then second time we record, something like that. Pretty much we play once and the second time record it, that's it. Unless we hit the wrong note, really major. Yeah.
Okay, it's impressive. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, very impressive. Everybody really tuned in, Yeah.
If I want to define your style, it's can we say that it's like instrumental blues or funk?
Yeah,
what is the style
actually,
of your music?
That's a new thing that YouTube, sometimes regular people, found me. I love your music. What do you call this music? You see, that's why it's even categorizing my music. It's kind of difficult. In a way, it's jazz because I mix stuff, but it's not really, swing jazz, Then you want to say blues, but I don't sing, so it's not really blues, right? Again, funk, not every song's a funk. So I always said blues funk, and blues funk, essence of jazz.
Okay.
Yeah. One time, one of my students said funny thing. You play blues, Stevie Ray Vaughan solo with the jazz chords or something like that, just kind of mixing, Yeah. Yeah, jazz chords, funk groove, and solo is Stevie Ray Vaughan. Everything mixed,
Nice mix. Okay.
Nice mix, yeah, exactly. Well, that's true because Stevie Ray Vaughan's obviously one of my hero. He's the one really built his music from blues and other music. So definitely he influenced me.
I wanted to know, just by curiosity, but did you plan to make someday an album with John Mayer, you two on the same album? It could be very great.
love to do that. But just, won't happen right away just because I'm not famous people. I'm not really named people. So he has a company.
Yeah.
He has a record company. He different game. He can't really personal thing he can say that company will say do it because obviously he's an asset from a company. So when he does something, unfortunately he have to make money to do something big. So once more he does settled, then company says, well, now it's time you can do whatever you want to do.
Okay.
That time.
Okay. So
that time we can do something.
I ask you that, but we have some YouTube videos on YouTube playing at Berklee, which is an incredible one.
Yeah,
Very, very
2008.
nice to listen.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
which is very nice. So that's why I
Yeah,
thought
I
of
mean,
that.
definitely enjoy playing with him, you know, and we love to do something together. But he's just so famous, and you know, it's not just an individual that can decide everything he wants to
Yeah,
do.
it's
So
more
kind of hard,
complicated.
you
Yeah,
know. Yeah,
I understand.
yeah. So one more thing about John. So this album, I brought my two guitars. Depargo is a guitar, and the other one is a 1965 Stratocaster. And then when I record, I thought, you know, blues. I want to make it this as a blues album originally. So I decided to use 65, and then I couldn't use my Pro Reverb like usual amp. And back then, 2012, I didn't have my two rock signature yet, but I already have a little bit relationship with two rock, so I borrowed two rock in a kind of big amp, big clean amp, not in their line. I can't say what, but then like this, John Mayer, he was very nice. He texted me or emailed me, which one I forgot, but says, "Do you need amp?" He asked me, yeah. He said like this. So what choice do you have? I said, well, two rock John Mayer signature or Dumbo. Which one do you need? I said Dumbo. And then all I did was send him an address of a studio. When I get there, already amp was there.
Okay. Oh.
Because he has company who handle his equipment.
Okay. Wow.
Almost like a library of music, almost a library of his equipment. If he call them, they bring by number anything,
Where
almost like a warehouse that he has all guitars and amp and everything. So then company deal with bring that to anywhere. See that big, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had his favorite ODS. Yeah, that's why the album, you know, sounds so good. You know? Yeah.
About the album, do you have any new album on mind or?
Well, what happened was 2020 March. I was going to Japan and I was going to record solo guitar, just Jopa style, but then didn't work out. So right now, I'm not sure when I can do, but next one I would love to do, you know, solo guitar because that was my, you know, list to do. So I made several different albums, put on Funk Fest, Right Place, Right Time, Pure, and the other one you want to know, this album Pure with Steve Gadd, Will Lee, Bernard Party, and Steve Jordan. This one I use a lot of Pro Reverb, and yeah. So studio album, I'm okay. Already I have four album. So now I need to have something different, challenge. Solo guitar, just a solo, nothing else. Because I like solo guitar, So
okay, I hope to hear that. Yeah.
Thank you.
So now let's talk about guitar technique. If you want, just some basic questions, but questions I have. So as we saw on Instagram, you're very present on Instagram. A lot of short phrases, licks you're posting, very inspiring ones.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you, what is the best advice you can give us for good improvisation, from the beginner to the confirmed guitarist? But your best advice.
Best advice: don't improvise. Because see, improvisation, interesting. Improvisation, you will improvise something, but beginning you're not sure what to do. If you improvise what you not know everything, so that going the wrong direction so bad. That's why people play like scale licks, which is good, but instead of play scale licks, you want to learn language of music that you love. So if you play blues, you want to play blues phrase really well. In other words, don't improvise, almost compose from what you heard before.
Okay,
So
first to know the theoretical aspects first,
No, it's
no?
like a historical aspect,
Okay.
I believe. Like, so for example, if you decide to play blues, maybe you decide 3 albums from blues records and listen to that, just that. Then, of course, theory, of course, other side, any information helpful. But beginning, you don't want to do like this. You don't want to see tablature, pentatonic scale, and go to YouTube, get looking for backing track. If you do that, I guarantee you're going wrong direction, long time.
Okay.
If you play funk, jazz, even John Mayer style, everything to me, simple blues, pop, rock, So I would say blues rock you want to listen to, like BB King is good. BB King, Blues is a King, Liable to Rigo. But also sometimes you want to hear one song that you really have to know. Like, for example, if you play E blues, you have to know Freddie King, Hideaway. Freddie King, Hideaway. And you have to listen to Eric Clapton version, Hideaway. Okay, so that, like Blues Breakers. Then maybe Albert Collins, Frosty, very, very famous blues song, Shuffle in D. Gatemouse Brown, Okie Dokie Stomp, Key in E flat. Like Jimmy Vaughn always said that song must have. So you have to have a must have few records, must have songs I say. Hideaway, Frosty, Okie Dokie Stomp. These songs, if you can play phrase, that's amazing information for improvisation.
So okay, like a lot of people said, it's very important, as you said, to perhaps transcribe and very listen the record and try to transcribe on the instrument right away. Okay.
Yeah, listen album, be familiar with the album. Then when you grab your guitar, you have to understand. So like anything like, if I grab my guitar and okay, Okie Dokie Stomp. That's all conversation.
Okay.
So like in other words, that rhythm is more important than notes. I learned that song to understand the rhythm. Notes are only just simple pentatonic plus something else. That solo, I didn't play 2 octaves. Usually one octave or a little bit more, but that's it. And I play entirely one position.
Yeah.
So sometimes say you have to know more position. Yeah, but blues is like simple thing. You play one position, you have to really express. Then more, you have to know bass line, you have to know chord progression. Worst ones like this, learn by tablature and use backing track without knowing any of those songs. And I guarantee today, 2 years later, you're same. Okay. You can play faster, that's all.
So we talk about this theoretical aspect. About the technical aspect, we have to practice first. If you want to give us an advice, perhaps
that's the one. Yeah, rhythm guitar, fingering, picking. That's you can search my YouTube channel about exercise. You can do that, but more detail I teach at my Guitar Wisdom. Okay. So if you are serious, it's only $10 a month. So even you join 1 month and then watch all the video, I think that's worth $10.
Yes, of course.
So the site teach technique, theory, even sight reading, beginners class, everything I teach. So basically, everything I know, I try to make it. So almost like one place that you won't miss anything. That's why every week I'm adding 2 videos now.
Okay. So from beginner to confirmed guitarist, we can.
I will tell you, a lot of professional guitar player in actually subscribing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially a lot of touring. Last year too, a lot of touring. guitar players, because that way you can watch the video and the two of us to practice. Yeah, yeah, kind of cool.
Just to conclude the guitar technique parts,
Yes.
you said in your videos or interviews that you are searching for, like all of us, but to the musical, the most musical part of the playing. How to be musical with the guitar, to your point of view?
Yeah. Okay. So how you do that? You play your guitar right from the beginning to end. You have to show where you are, because most people problem is they play like all over the place. When you play your guitar, still yourself has to know. If you play blues, you have to know 1, you have to know 4. So anything. So I have too many guitars to choose, but so like I'm not really amplified, but just you see, like if I play. So what happens is, see, if you want to play like that, few things you have to make sure practice. Rhythm guitar, 1, 4, back to 1, like that, and tuba, 4. This is the part most people guessing, kind of know, not 100%. So like most cases, like if I teach, I said, so do you know blues chord progression? Yes. Can you play that? Then 50% people play wrong one.
Okay.
Because believing the person knows, but not really. So that means like this. Okay, like this is a typical one. 1 1 4 1, like that. So usually blues is 1 1 1 1, then go to 4. Well, 1 4 1 1, then go 4. So if you play 1 1 4, then already more than 50%, it's wrong direction. That's like a guarantee. You cannot get better, no matter how many hours you practice. Okay. Next one is a triad.
Yeah.
So triad is 3 types, like root position, do mi so, mi so do, first inversion, and so do mi. If you play this shape, already you know, but not so many people know that's a 5th, root, and 3rd. That's major 3rd. If you change, minor 3rd. But people learn this by shape. So that's, don't use shape like a caged form, caged, like like that. That's a shape. It's kind of cheap way to teach. This is easy to. So I don't teach anything easy. Okay. So I teach triads. If you learn caged form, then you cage the end by form.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't teach that one. But in a way, if I teach triads, you can spell caged, but that's kind of I don't teach that way, So I teach everything triad. So if you play B flat blues, I play 1 1 go to 4, So you see, that way, first you have to really understand chord progression, Once you know chord progression, so now you understand blues form. So you can play over blues form. If you know triads, you just cannot hit the wrong note. You in right place. Then you play blues scale or phrase to play chord over the chords. Then you have more structure, So in a way, it's not easy. It's a little hard to do.
Yeah.
It's hard to do, really.
Sure, yeah.
But everybody want to say easy way. So that's why 12-bar blues, just blues scale. Easy way to say about it. Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. Thanks a lot, Tomo, for all of that.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
To conclude the interview, I want to know if we can take lessons with you. You said that you've made Skype lessons.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Skype lesson, I'm just so full right now because every day I have a request from all over the country. So right now, I only can teach what I have already. So unfortunately, probably from here to next year, I don't think I can take any other people.
Okay.
It's just so much full, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But I have to keep my time myself to make better. Guitar Wisdom, welcome to anybody,
So the best option is to go to Guitar Wisdom. Okay. So as you said, we have 2 videos per week, as you said.
Yeah, at least two new videos. Yeah, already existing so many videos, so many jam, so many performance too. Yeah, and I have a beginner's course, sight reading. And now new one, I'm creating jazz tunes to teach, so.
Okay. So
yeah.
It's going from blues to jazz and funk.
Yeah, funk too. Yeah, so the idea is new courses, each category of a style, I'm going to teach more detail.
Okay.
So far, I have, foundation, but also a lot of funky tunes, all of my original tunes. Yeah, so many, like a blue. So I have a blues section, sort of a blues jazz section, jazz on the funk section. I kind of mixing a lot right now, but gradually I want to focus a little bit more just jazz, a little bit blues, Yeah.
Okay, so we will put the link of the Guitar Wisdom in description, or to go directly to the tomojustfunky.com. Of course, you have your YouTube channel, so Tomo Fujita.
Yeah, Tomo Fujita Music, yes.
And on Instagram, we can see a lot of posts. Thanks a lot, Tomo, for the interview and giving him some time. And all the best for the future. And thanks again.
You too. You're doing great. So, keep up. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Tomo. Thank you. Goodbye.
Great. Bye.